What's up, YouTube? We're about to go live on the Mean Green Show. Just wanted to give some insight and also how it's done. I'm here with
Milton Green.
he didn't know if he should say his name, but hey, check it out, guys. So we're gonna get started in 20 seconds. Welcome to the Mean Green Show. Sign me up. Come on, P. Diddy, hit your boy up. All right. Ready? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're brothers. We're happy and we're
Yeah, that's enough.
okay. Hey man, welcome to episode number 4 with the Mean Green Show. Appreciate every single person that's been subscribing, sharing these videos, commenting. Your feedback has been incredible and encouraging at the same time. Today I'm here with
Mr. Milton Green.
Mr. Milton Green. If you don't know who he is, he trains all over the city of Houston with outdoor boot camps from Memorial Park to East Houston at Gene Green Park. He does private groups in Kingwood. He does boot camps in Humble. Then he runs the Humble location off of 15299 Lee Road. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
So I was able to steal him away right before his 4:30 class. So we wanted to just connect again, have a conversation. For those that have never heard the podcast channel of The Mean Green Show, you will see that it's not script, and we're recording here live today on YouTube, so you'll be able to get a visual, but we're going to be as authentic and transparent as possible. So Milton, let's go right into it. 2019, what's different with the boot camps from your side?
What's different with the boot camps?
Yeah, like what are you or what are we doing different to you from the past years to 2019? Just a side note for those that don't know, we just completed our 9th year of boot camps, going into our 10th year.
Right.
What are you doing, man? What you got?
Man, I just taking it up a notch, just with accountability, some of the programming that we interlined with our indoor classes. I think that's been a huge success. And,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just excited. I love outdoor boot camps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just exciting.
Yeah, and I to piggyback on that, the programming to be able to have both the gyms and the boot camps. And for those that don't know, man, we have over 10 to 15 locations outdoors, not counting Pensacola. And then you have 2 gyms that offer over 4 to 5 different type of classes. You have to see that obviously one individual may go to one gym and then another gym the next day and then another boot camp the next day and then another boot camp the next day. So for all the trainers to be on the same page with the programming, man, it was very important to us this year. So I'm excited to do that. We use an app called Train Heroic, and with that software, we're able to align all the workouts for the individuals to see and track and see their growth. So what about the gym? What are you doing over there, man? What's new over there?
We have addition to the family, new trainers. We have more classes. I'm excited about that. We have Monday through Friday classes, 5 a.m., 9 o'clock, 12, 4:30, 5:30. So we've added a lot more options.
Yeah.
Some evening classes. We're getting ready to start boxing really soon. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just growing.
Yeah.
Just growing, giving a lot of different options for cross training. Just changing up the workouts with the different programs that we have.
Yeah, and also to add in, so this is a podcast where you're actually hearing the audio, right? So we're not at the gym where you can visually see it, but the improvements that we made on the north side, I seen a a Facebook remember type picture from 2 years ago or a year ago, and it was funny to see the concrete floors, nothing on the walls. And now you walk in there, the whole wall, back wall, left and right wall, graffitied out, to see our slogans all over the wall, logos, the floor with the platform, wood with the rubber, to putting now the rig on the wall. I think it was cool.
Created a lot more space.
Yeah. And I know your plans are even bigger than that, right? We want to extend more rig space. Obviously, people don't really look at this. This is the cool thing, Milton, that they get to hear. When they walk into a gym, they just see equipment. period. They don't see that we started with 3 barbells, now you have 20 barbells, right?
Right.
So the addition that you made with all the dumbbells, all the kettlebells, all the storage, all the jump ropes, all the bands, all the foam rollers, like most gyms when you walk in, because we're a brick and mortar micro gym, like you walk in the gym and you expect that.
Right.
So I love how our community was so patient with us to grow organically and not do nothing too quick and too crazy.
Yeah, man, I love those guys. They're so supportive when it comes to everything, and their excitement every time we
Yeah.
do get something new makes me want to do more.
Yeah.
You know, like every day I come in that thing, I'm thinking, what can I do to improve today? And just everybody's excitement, man, it's really cool, and I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate all the love and support.
Yeah.
And you guys truly bleed green, and
Yeah, man.
we love you for it.
And it's cool because I see like the other mindsets that you have with doing more. You want to one day turn that whole area into turf. I know you want to extend more rig space on the left side of the building to add outdoor classes. I mean, incredible vision that you have for the north side, man. And yeah, man. You know what I love? The good problem?
What's up?
Parking. Like, it's such a beautiful sight to see when you walk to the gym and it's just full. And people are like, hey, where are we going to park? We got to park on the street.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
Like,
a good thing.
That's a good thing. So it's been a great year. Adding Charlie to the team has been great, you know, for both sides. I believe it's fulfilling for him. And at the same time, it gives, you know, us more time to do other things because we might not have to do as much programming or the small things around the gym that he does.
Right,
the
without
back of his
asking.
hand.
So
Yeah.
that's invaluable, guys.
Yeah, and Walker and KJ holding it down. Walker doing the evening classes, KJ doing the early bird classes with Charlie. I mean, it's been freaking phenomenal,
Yeah,
man.
I got a great team, man. I'm blessed.
Yeah,
Feel
man.
thankful about that.
Yeah, and then with the other side, for those that don't know, we're opening up a new location February 1st. So Milton kind of came into my last conversation, I guess, with one of the contractors. It's been a headache, y'all. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
been
lot of work, man.
It's been a lot of work.
But it's gonna be well worth it when everything's said and done, you know.
100%. You know, to that our first brick and mortar location, man. I mean, we really took a I think it was created in 1967 warehouse. It was that old, and
Yeah.
to turn that mechanic shop into a place of, almost said worship, to a place of working out. You know, we're able to do some things, but now going into, you know, I'm not too big on climate control workout area space, but it's great to have it. But triple the training space, like so much to do over there. So February 1st, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna crank it out there. We're gonna have our grand opening February 23rd. It's gonna be the grand opening. So we'll start working out there February 1st, but the big party, inviting the community out, getting some vendors out, having the DJ, you know, just really doing it big. That's gonna be on February the 23rd. I think that's the weekend after Valentine's weekend. But yeah, man, so a lot that's changed and for improvements for 2019. What about nutrition with the prep and the food, man?
Yeah, it's going well. You know, if you guys need any help with your food, man, I have an excellent chef that's
Yeah.
really passionate about food. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't know, like, you know, he experienced something that was eye-opening to him with the way that he was eating, because, you know, being in that industry,
Right.
you're exposed to so much food.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's like basically how they say open bar. When you're at work, it's like, man, you can eat anything you want, make everything, and you know how to make everything. So some of the experiences he went through with his health, eating unhealthy, he's passionate about eating the right stuff. So the combination of us being passionate about exercise, and he's just equally as passionate about preparing healthy food, it works really good. And the great thing about it, man, it's tasty. And I even if you're not getting healthier options from us, guys, research, man. There's tons of good foods, healthy foods that you can eat that are good for you.
Yeah.
You just got to break that mindset that healthy is nasty.
Yeah, man. Ridiculous, man. So shout out to Trennis, man. Incredible job. I actually, before I got here, Melton, I stopped by a childhood friend. He opened up a restaurant in 3rd Ward called Soul Food Vegan, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to my boy Tremont and Soul Food Vegan. delicious, man. I tore it up, bro.
Yeah, it was good.
I ordered 3 different plates and tore it up. But yeah, man. So 19, man, great stuff going on. So today, Milton, I guess the reason why I really wanted it, not the reason why, like I always like hanging with you. Let me make sure I say that. But the reason why I wanted to connect with you and open up, I wanted to talk about a very important topic, right? Like, I guess with the Mean Green Show, the things that I want to discover with everybody, or the unspoken desire, the unspoken prayer, right? Like so many of us, we do so much, and we put on this hard hat of everything's cool, nothing bothers me, but deep down inside, I believe every single one of us like has something going on that we don't tell everybody about. And I'm not the guy that's telling you to tell everybody, but sometimes it's great to hear some type of verbiage towards what you're dealing with. So today's topic that I want to talk about is isolation. Isolation. And when I say isolation, I'm not talking James Harden with the basketball and he's not passing it, right? I'm not talking about isolation on a sport format, but more so, and not even on an exercise format. We'll talk about that another. I'm not talking about isolating one side. I want to talk about the isolation in the mind, isolation physically, for some even spiritually. Like, I guess my question to open up with this, Milton, is first, have you ever dealt with isolating yourself personally from peers, family, whatever?
I think to a certain extent, yes, I have. But, one thing that I think was a blessing for me, growing up, we had a big family. So the only time I really found isolation is when I was using the restroom. So
I wasn't expecting that
I,
answer.
I got used to being around people. So, and I've gotten used to sharing. Like, as y'all can tell, I don't have a filter, and I'm not easily embarrassed. And so I'll say what's on my mind. I don't care what it is. I mean, I've done some very embarrassing things, and I just laugh about it. But, I would say, I was married. I've been married. This is my second marriage, and when my mom passed away, all of that kind of hit me at the same time. I kind of almost went into a form of isolation and depression. But a lot of people don't know one of the things that helped me get out of that was becoming part of the Mean Green family. Because I literally, I stopped coaching and I started doing this, and just, it really was a blessing, I feel like, that helped me get over almost depression.
Right.
Yeah.
And Milton and I, we don't really post a lot of personal pictures or before and after pictures of us personally, but he didn't really go in depth with it, and to make that overall summary of his past, for a very athletic program, playing for powerhouses such as a small school named North Shore High School that never wins. I'm just kidding. They win everything. Congratulations on another state title.
Yes, sir.
But being a part of that and just being an athlete, you always have that athleticism, right? But athleticism does decrease when you don't utilize it as much when it comes to your physical appearance. So I believe at that time point where Milton was speaking about it, he was always athletic. He was coaching football, basketball, and track. He was around sports, but nutrition and, being married, being a father, spending time with your family, going to church, like, if you don't put that workout or that physical activity to the side where you can do it at special times, you forget about it. So when Milton was able to become a trainer and had, that point where, hey, I'm gonna go get certified, I'm about to start studying, like that aspect I seen make a transition in your life. And the cool thing about it, it was at a very hard time.
Yeah, it was.
And the reason why I told that story, Milton, is because whoever listened to this, you may be in that position where you may have lost somebody or heartbreak, or you're going through something, or the unthinkable happens, and right now you're asking, right, like, how in the hell do I move on from here? Somebody inboxed me, and I didn't forget about you, girl. That's why I'm bringing it up. How do you get out of a slump? You know what I mean? Like, I've been in a slump. I've been in a workout slump. I've been in a nutrition slump. I've been in a bad shooting slump when I was playing ball. We all go through these slumps, but I guess, Milton, 2 bullet points between you and I. How do you get out of a slump? Like, what do you do? What did you do? What have you done? What do you recommend to get out of some type of slump when it comes to getting back on the right boat, when it comes to working out or eating right?
Well, if it's To piggyback off of what you just said, like being a basketball player, to get out that slump, you just got to keep shooting.
Gotta keep shooting. Come on.
Yeah, you just got to keep shooting, and then you gotta think about why you started playing the game in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once you realize that it's for joy, it's for fun, it's for fulfillment, and just doing something that you enjoy, the way that you feel after you've been playing and you won, or even sometimes you lost, but you know, coming in the house when you were a kid after playing basketball all day, just how you felt. You know what I mean? You felt good. You didn't realize you felt good at the time.
Right.
So the biggest thing to get out of the slump is you just gotta keep shooting. You gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
So just like, you know, being kind of open and transparent about it, that helped me get out of my slump.
Right.
When I was kind of, I was in a kind of a dark place at that time.
Right.
But getting back into being around people that had like minds,
Right.
and seeing that people was dealing with some of the same issues. Because one of the kind of cool things about being in this position is that you meet a lot of cool people,
Right.
and they share a lot with you. And
Right.
you realize, man, like, they dealing with some of the same things I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
So being around people, getting back active, holding myself accountable, because I felt like if I'm gonna hold you accountable, I for sure have to be on top of my game.
Yeah.
So that was a saving grace for me. So if you're in a slump, the biggest thing I would tell you is just to get moving, get back moving, because the more you isolate yourself, the more your mind is gonna play tricks on you, so to speak.
Yeah.
If you're, you know, that's why I guess when people are put in prison or whatever, and they're in isolation for days, weeks, years of time, they go crazy a lot of times, you know, for lack of a better word, because your conscience will just
Eat you up.
it'll eat you up.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're our worst critic. You know, we're the hardest on ourselves when it comes to like our appearance or what we're doing in our professional lives,
Yeah.
or just in general, we're our worst critic. So if you're by yourself, in those four walls will start closing in on you, and you got to get around other people. You got to get out there.
Yeah.
You got to find people that have like mind like you, and just put yourself in that environment.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, and to kind of think of the basketball format, the example that you used earlier, when you say you got to keep shooting, one thing that I realized as a basketball player that shot the ball a lot, right? I hated going into a gym not prepared. And what I mean by that is, like, if I used to try to make 500 shots a day collegiately, right? So if I shot 50% from the field, if I wanted to make 500, I'm probably going to shoot at least 1,000 shots that day.
Right.
And if I didn't take those 500 makes, or, you know, attempt 1,000 shots, if I didn't do that one day or 2 days, and I went into a game or went to go play pickup, my shot was so off, or it felt like I was in a bad place because I didn't keep shooting. So another thing, for to be the second bullet point to how to get out of a slump, one thing that I recommend, not only keep shooting, but also remember, like Milton said, remember why you're doing this at the beginning, but know when you don't do it, you're not in the best position to move forward, right? So like, if the more shots I shot, whether I made them or missed them in the game, I felt better about myself. I had the confidence, the self-esteem. But when I didn't shoot the shots, right, whether they were gonna go in or not the next game, I felt uncomfortable. I didn't want to shoot the ball. I didn't want to be aggressive, all because I didn't do the things that I had power to do, which was to simply shoot the ball.
Wow.
So, yeah, man. You know, also with isolation, that kind of comes to my mind, Milton, is you said something key, like when you're alone, how your mind, the battlefield of your mind really takes a big place. And I'm not going to go too spiritual on people, but I feel that I think part of the reason why you can how can I word this? The reason why you can take advantage of people when they're isolated, because the mind is literally receiving things, whether it's right or wrong, it's receiving it. And you can't bounce an ideal to someone that you truly trust. So I think that's the beauty in group workouts, right?
Yeah.
Or even personal training for people that come to the gym. Even though it's funny, Milton, even though they do personal training with me, they still know everybody else in the gym.
Right.
I'm thinking of like even my mid-morning or afternoon people that I train, and it's not really a big crowd at that time. They would come in and still know the other trainers' names or the other people that work out at that time, because it's a sense of still not isolating yourself. So, man, it's okay to go to the gym, and even though you're not telling your problems or your challenges or your issues, it's still so key to being around other people. So I really wanted to really wanted to explore isolation for a reason. I feel like right now, man, I've been seeing a lot of, and it's not people that I know personally, it's just like the world, right? Like people are really showing that they're going through a lot of things. People are doing things to themselves that they don't have to do, and it's a lot of it takes place because they're so much in an isolated place mentally
Yeah,
and
I
physically.
I think that's just a lot though. Like you said, the world kind of tells you you don't need anybody.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can do it on
self-made.
my own. I'm self-made. That is a lie.
Yeah,
Nobody is self-made.
yeah,
Nobody can do it all on their own.
yeah,
If they're claiming that, they're not being honest with
yeah,
themselves. There's a reason you feel a certain kind of way when you get around a friend or when you get around a group of people, and you literally physically can feel the energy. Like
yeah,
if you're around somebody that is negative,
yeah, man.
you're gonna feel that negative energy. You're gonna feel drained in some situations. But when you're around somebody that's positive, or maybe you're in a relationship, you feel a certain kind of way when you get around that person.
Yeah.
You know, you literally feel it. So I don't think as human beings we were designed to be by ourselves. You know, there's a reason why you feel the way that you do.
Yeah,
We you know, our spirit, our souls, that's a form of energy. Like regardless of what your belief system is, there's something to that. You know what I
right,
mean? Like you feel being around people.
right.
And if you're putting yourself around the right people, as they say, if you want to be successful, you got to hang around successful friends or successful people.
Yeah,
So it's something to that, man. You don't want to isolate yourself and sit in the corner and think that, you know, I can do it on my own, because you know what? It'd be a lot easier if you just surround yourself with the people to
Yeah,
help
man.
you achieve your goals. So I can go on and on about
yeah.
that,
But
but
I'm so glad you said that. The self-made portion, which you just mentioned, like people ask me all the time, like, man, how did you grow so much? How did you grow so much? How did you get multiple locations? How did you change? And I always respond back like, we did it, right? Like everybody with the new look facility, they're like, man, I'm so proud of you. You did this. This is gonna happen. No, we did this.
right,
And you know, like Mean Green, like it's incredible, man. I really love what I do, but the things that we've done I didn't create the logo. That wasn't my idea. That was your idea. People really think that's me, but Milton really created, I don't know how he did it, but the logo, you know, the brains behind all the movements, the operation, the events, man, that was Shanna. That wasn't me, you know, the Mean Green Gala, that wasn't me, that was Jason, right? The Beast Mode games, right? That was Alfred, one of our team members in the Galleria location. So it's like, this has never been a Chris show or a me show. It's always been a we show. And I believe if I was an isolated mindset, we'd have never grown past that one person that I trained when we very first started. So everybody that's listening to this podcast, hey man, I know rappers and singers and movies show us certain self-made, but life can be so much easier if you can believe in that the wheel that's created does not have to be reinvented. It works.
right,
So use what works, man. Like me and Milton go back and forth about the importance of you being around people and the empowering of that, but it's gonna take you to do that. And we're not saying that you need to go into the gym tomorrow, go to work and tell everybody everything that you're dealing with, but let's come up with 10 things, Milton, as we end this. 10 things that people can do besides isolating themselves. I'm gonna come up with 2, you go 2, and then we go back and forth. One thing that you can do, okay? First thing you can do is when you see people, smile. I put a post up earlier today, the power of a smile, man. If you give somebody a full smile, it's a great chance they're gonna smile back at you. That's a form of not being isolated. Like, did you go in a room and close the door with 4 different people? No, you just, in public, smile at people. It's a form of not being isolated. Number 2, really important, just something my dad teaches. Don't, how did he word it? Fix your receiver. When somebody gives you a compliment, when somebody tells you you're doing well, say thank you. Like, stop belittling yourself, or I didn't do this, or it's not that big of a deal. No, it's a big deal. Like, you lost 10 pounds, congratulations. Or you got a new job, man, that's incredible. You got a degree, that's great. You start eating right today, that's great. Like, fix your receiver, that's another form of like moving forward and not isolating yourself where you don't think you're good enough or whatnot. You got 2? Did I give you time to think of something?
It's really almost the same thing as fixing your receiver. Just be mindful of the words that you speak.
Right.
Your subconscious mind doesn't understand jokes. And I really hate when I hear people that talk negative about themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Come on, dog.
You've ever heard somebody, oh, I can't do this, or I'm fat, I'm this, I'm
Man.
slow, I'm that. It's just stop it. Speak positive words.
Stop it.
Speak positive words. And the second thing for me is stop allowing negative words to enter your psyche.
Yeah.
You know, be careful with the people,
Yeah.
the music you listen to, the shows that you watch. You really gotta kind of keep a guard up with that type of stuff, especially when we, you know, me and my wife like to, well, she likes it, going to sleep with the TV on. Sometimes, man, I know this ain't happened to me only. You maybe watching the basketball game, and then I guess TNT always shows like these vampire movies and scary movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And then in my sleep, I end up dreaming about that stuff and
man.
visualizing that stuff. So that stuff is real, man. You got to be careful with what you say about yourself and what you allow to enter into your
That's dope.
your mind.
That's dope. Milton over here preaching. So that was 4. I'm gonna come up with 2 more. Ladies and gentlemen, all right. Like, I want to talk about being cool and not cool. Society shows that when you by yourself and you don't smile at people, you hardcore, like that's cool. Man, that ain't cool. Like walking and having an attitude and acting like nobody's on your level, man, that's not cool. Like, make yourself approachable, right? Like, I'm not even talking about dating. I'm not, like, we're not even on that. Like, man, be approachable. Like, you can be walking around with a piece of toilet paper hanging from the back of your pants just because you came out of the public restroom and you boo-booed and you got a toilet paper hanging from your back, but because you so unapproachable, nobody want to tell you that you got toilet paper hanging off your pants. Be approachable, man. Like, walk around like it's not cool to be that mean person. Like, when did ever, why do people feel like they got to be mean or isolate themselves to be cool? So my point is be approachable. The next one, man, I'm going to challenge my boy Drake on this. He has a song called No New Friends. I don't know how it go. No New Friends. How it go?
I don't remember.
We all know the song. Look, man, like, life is about experiences and resources, right? Like, to literally cut off people and never try to grow, does that even make sense? So my next point for you, ladies and gentlemen, you discredit that song. Like, cool song, whatever. You bob your head in the club with it. But listen, like, man, when people try to bring life to you, that might be the next friend, right? Like, when people, that might be your next business deal. That might be, you know, the next thing, or the person that 10 years from now will be coaching your son or daughter at their next sport. Like don't cut people off. Like, accept to have new friendships, all right? So I gave you 2. Milton gave you 2. I gave you 2. So at this point, 7 and 8. What you got?
7 and 8. I really got 3.
Okay, you go 7, 8, 9. You go 7, 8, 9, and I go 10.
Okay. Identify things that make you happy. I'm gonna sum this into 2.
Go ahead.
Into 1.
That's pretty
Identify
good.
things that make you happy, and then surround yourself with those things. And what I mean by that is, if you enjoy acting, okay, identify that. Be honest with yourself. Some people will cut themselves off because like, that's a dream job. You know, I would love to be on the big screen acting or whatever, but I never can do that. But no, identify what it is that brings you joy, and then find resources or people that like the same thing.
Dope,
and that's
man.
just how you get it started. It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, that's one great thing about social media, is that it connects you to all these different people that has different things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, so just be honest with yourself. Identify the things that you want to do in life, the visions that you have, the dreams that you have, and then just start putting yourself around people that feel the same way.
Yeah.
And the last thing, and I've been really talking about this the last 2 weeks, is it's okay to seek counseling.
Man.
Okay? There is a huge stigma, especially in my culture, that if you do any type of counseling, that you're admitting that something's wrong with you. And that's ignorance. Right? That is ignorant. And it's just a lot of people don't know. We've been programmed to think that type of thing. It's okay to seek counseling. Like, my faith personally teaches us that a wise man seeks counsel. And that's a real statement. And, I've been talking to some people that are interested in getting married, and that's be the first thing I tell them.
Man.
The second thing I tell them, congratulations first, and then the second thing I tell them, seek marriage counseling.
That's my first thing.
Seek marriage counseling. You tell them first. Yeah.
Don't even tell them congratulations.
Man.
No, I'm just kidding.
But that is a real thing, man. It is okay to seek counseling.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean nothing's wrong with you. Just that'll help you identify some some issues that you might not be aware that could potentially happen, like especially in marriage counseling, or if you're dealing with depression or anxiety or something like that. If you go to counseling, that's just gonna help you identify, give you somebody to talk to that has experience or that knows more about it than you do.
Yeah.
So that would be my biggest thing. If you remember anything, it's okay to seek counseling, and it doesn't matter. It can be counseling on how to work out. That's what we do basically. It might be counseling on how to eat. It might be counseling on how to play PlayStation better. I don't know. It can be something as simple as that.
Yeah. No, call you nickname. Sorry, but
and you're like, who is that?
Who is that?
That is a long story, y'all, and I'm not explaining
another
that
podcast.
today.
But listen, man, the point, and we got to wrap this up. The point with you saying counseling, man, like I had no idea you were gonna say that, but it's such it's something that needs to be said. Like I don't know why it's not cool to get advice. I don't know why it's not why people think it's such a bad thing for someone to give you guidance to not make the same mistake or how to get through something. Right. Man, look, I'm gonna call it how it is. Like Milton said, our community, like you know, whether you're Hispanic or Asian or white or black, like I don't care what color you are, like get counseling. Straight up. Like everybody that comes in our gym, they're getting counseling. Like for business, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I get counseling. Right? Like spirituality, I go to church every Sunday and I get what? Counseling. So like, man, eliminate that. I think a wise person catch on quick. So catch on. All right. Last 2 points and we're out of here. I want everybody to hold their hand up and I want you to separate your fingers. Look through them. As you look through your fingers, guess what? I want you to go fight Mayweather like that. You're going to get your butt whooped. Probably either way if you fight Mayweather. But if you just fought anybody off the street and you fought with your hands looking like that, with them hands out wide and your fingers separated, you're going to get whooped. Put your hands together, the ball of fist. You have a better opportunity to win. And I'm using that metaphor, that example, because simply we all have giants. We all have circumstances. Life is hitting us and you fight so much better. You get through it so much easier if you do it together with someone that's on agreement with you. So point number 9, man, get with a solid unit that believe, that have passion and the same desires of you, and you can conquer giants. I guarantee you. Last point to give you, man. Open up. Just tell somebody something. Like the person that you trust the most, if it's your spouse, your sibling, your parent, your child, if you're really going through something, man, and again, this might be a type of, you might be angry, you might be upset, you might be frustrated, lost, sad, whatever the situation is, the person that you trust most, tell them. That's my last point. Whatever you're going through, baby girl, tell at least one person that you trust, and it will make it a little bit better. My man, listen, you still considered a man if you tell somebody that you're going through something. All right, so we wanted to express 10 different tips today to get you out of isolation, just because we love you, because we know that part of life, you will try to isolate yourself because you feel like that's the way to win, but it's not. I don't care how good Tom Brady is. He's not going to win Super Bowl Sunday if you do it by himself. I'm asking you to find a team, a winning team, so you can conquer giants and defeat any obstacle that come forward. I hope you enjoyed today's show. A couple of dates to kind of look up. February 2nd, we have our Let's Grow Up party. We'll go more in depth next week on the podcast show about what we're doing that weekend, but it's February 2nd. February 23rd, we're having the grand opening. I want every single person to come. Bring your mama, bring your daddy, bring your wife, bring your baby mama, bring everybody that you know. We want to have a good time and show the community what we're bringing to the table. Other than that, a couple of social media things I will follow. At Mean Green Training, that's our main page with all boot camps and gyms. At Go Green Cuisine, you want some nutrition help? Contact them, man. They do an incredible job. You want to follow me personally? _Mean Green. You want to follow Milton personally? M Green Boot Camps, at Mean Green Boot Camps. Those are all Instagram tags. If you're on YouTube, because we videoed this live, it's at Mean Green Training. That's on YouTube. Other than that, don't forget anything?
No, that sounds good, man.
Cool.
It was a good show.
Great show. Well, hey guys, comment, subscribe, share this on Facebook. It does a lot for us. If you like what Milton brought to the table and you know him personally, Tag him when you listen to this. It may mean a lot to him. All right?
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will. Other than that, guys, believe, achieve, receive, and of course, let's go.
Holla.
All done.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's pretty solid. All right, guys, wherever